Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan has quit, submitting his resignation ahead of the much-anticipated expansion of the Union Cabinet today evening. Dr. Harsh Vardhan may have been dropped from the Council of Ministers. Remember this in the back of the COVID pandemic, and that referring to his performance as the Health Minister of the country, specifically with regard to the second wave of the corona pandemic. There are indications, however, that Dr. Harsh Vardhan may be moved to another ministry within the government. Harsh Vardhan's ouster from the Health Ministry comes amid the COVID pandemic fight. It also appears to be sending a message that Prime Minister Narendra Modi might have found the COVID fight as per managed by the Health Minister less than satisfactory. It may also be seen perhaps as a tacit acknowledgement, as the opposition would now want to mention that pandemic fight might have been mishandled to some extent by the Health Minister, Dr. Harsh Vardhan. Milan Sharma is tracking all the latest on that. Milan, because you've been tracking the COVID pandemic, the first wave appears to have been acknowledged as India managing to battle it successfully. But it was the second wave and the shortage of beds, the death and devastation that directly pinned it on the government, Health Minister and the Prime Minister as well. How big do you think is losing a Health Minister at this point would be with regard to Dr. Harsh Vardhan?
Pooja, there could be several reasons, but we know for sure that Dr. Harsh Vardhan has put in his resignation as the Health Minister. But he has other charge as well, and he looks at other ministries as well, such as he's also the Minister for Earth and Sciences, and that is also a portfolio that he has been looking at throughout the pandemic along with the Health Ministry. It speaks a lot on the performances that have been given by the ministers. So if he retains other portfolios, we could also be calling this that he has handed over charge of the Health Ministry at this point. With this, right now we are looking at a big rejig in the Health Ministry itself, because MOS Ashwini Chaubey has also been seen to resign right now, and therefore newer ministers in the Health Ministry at the moment, after the first and the second wave of the pandemic, are heralding a new change. So we'll have to wait and see what will come forward. A lot of names had been floated for the Health Ministry as well, but none can be taken at certain at this point. But definitely Dr. Harsh Vardhan resigning does show and speak volumes about what his performance has been throughout the COVID pandemic, because that's
so Milan, also tell us this for the benefit of our viewers, that what precisely may have led to the reason, in the sense what sort of criticism was coming against the Health Minister, against the Union government during the second wave that may have led to this resignation of Dr. Harsh Vardhan?
Well, Pooja, the criticism was not just from the people who have suffered at the hands of the first and the second wave of the COVID pandemic in India, but there have also been a lot of criticism from the opposition, and it gained momentum after the second wave. Somehow, India was able to sail past the first wave, but the second wave was the deadliest. So it was a lot of reasons, such as mismanagement at the level of oxygen crisis in the entire country, and also the fact that vaccines were exported out of the country.
Milan,
there were numbers.
Yes. Thank you so much for those details.